So it is not uncommon for me to hear from aspiring freelance writers that blog writing is the only kind of writing out there and that nobody reads blogs anymore. And so is freelance writing profitable at all? And in today's video, I want to share 10 types of writing jobs that pay that are not blog writing. So stay tuned. So you can get paid to write social media content. Yes, I got paid to write social media content somewhere in 2019 for a few months, right? And so usually what happens is that companies, medical practices, whatnot, use social media as a marketing tool, and they need to be posting regularly, usually on a daily basis. And so you can get paid to write about 20 different social media posts. That's assuming that the company is posting 5 times a week and is posting one post every single day. So since we have 4 weeks, 5 posts times 4, that gives you 20 posts. And so I got paid to write social media content. And it's possible for you to get paid to write social media content. The next one is writing emails. So writing emails can also get you paid, and I have gotten paid for writing emails. So again, it was a medical practice, and for about a year, I wrote about 3 monthly newsletters. They would send out 3 newsletters a month, and so I'd write via newsletters for them at the beginning of the month, and then they would schedule to send that to their clients throughout the month, right? And so you can get that kind of gig where you write weekly newsletters, or you would be able to get a gig that allows you to write email sequences. And essentially what that is you usually, when you sign up for an email list, right, maybe you sign up to get a freebie, and then you get a follow-up email, and then you get a follow-up email, and usually it's a kind of sequence that allows you to also buy something. Those emails don't just appear from nowhere. A lot of business owners online, companies online, will work with an email copywriter to create those email sequences, and that's another type of email writing you can do to get paid. You can ghostwrite ebooks as the third type of writing job you can do to get paid. Ebooks still sell. People are buying ebooks on Amazon, buying ebooks from other ebook platforms out there, and sometimes the people that eventually become the authors of those ebooks may not have all the time, and so there are lots of authors out there that will depend on ghostwriters to write a majority of the book. Of course, they give you the material that they want you to put in the book, but there is a huge market out there for ghostwriters where you can write a book for somebody and you can charge them. I've personally known people to charge per word, and so let's say that you write a 10,000 word short ebook. That's a really short ebook actually, but let's say you write 10,000 words for somebody for an ebook that runs around 50 pages, and you decide to charge 25 cents per word. Multiply 25 cents by 10,000 words. That's around $2,500. And that's even usually on the lower end. And so that's a market you can get into, that you position yourself as a ghostwriter for a particular group of types of authors. Usually it's CEOs and such that will end up working with ghostwriters, but there is a market for ghostwriters and you can make money that way. Websites are not dead, right? Websites still work. And actually, I would tell you to have your own website, because having your own website is powerful in the sense that you can send people there, you can display your goods there, you can display your services there, and a lot of businesses have websites. Well, the words that go onto a website, which is usually known as website copy, can also be written by a freelance writer. And so again, I've worked with individuals, I've worked with companies to write web copy for specific web pages on certain websites and gotten paid for that. And that is very different from blog writing, because at this point you're writing copy on these pages that allow people, that draw people in, because every time you write website copy, you want to make sure that you're drawing people in, that people are making a decision that yes, this is the kind of service, this is the place I need to be, so let me investigate the service that this business provides even further. And if you can successfully do that, writing website copy and website pages can be a very powerful way to make money as a freelance writer. So sales pages are special pages on websites that specifically have the singular goal of getting somebody to buy something. And more than likely you've come across those pages. Usually there's nothing else. You can click on the page. It's usually long form, and at the end there's a buy button that a person can click and go purchase a service or something like that. And again, a lot of businesses do depend on sales copywriters to write these sales pages so that those pages can convert. There is language that you can use to persuade people to buy something, and then there's language that moves people to no action at all. Ask me how I know. I've written pages that haven't converted my excellent products, and then I've written pages that have caused people to buy a particular digital product that I have. So obviously there's a difference in the language that is being used there. And if you, as a copywriter, somebody that trains themselves to write copy, can write really good copy, you can make a lot of money this way. A lot of copywriters will even make money, commissions off of the sales that come as a result of that page. So you get paid once, and there's even a potential for you to get paid over and over again based on the sales that are made on those pages. Now, those types of jobs are not very common. You're not going to easily find that kind of writing job. But if you work on what you have now and you work on your skill and continue to build it up, you can get to that point where you become a premium sales page writer, and people will be willing to pay you $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, $10,000 to write sales pages for them, because they know that once you write a sales page for them, that sales page could literally make them $1 million. Next up are white papers. So white papers are a marketing document that a lot of companies use, and usually what these white papers do would be to describe a particular service or product that the company provides. It's usually written, it's not a technical document, it's usually written in simpler language so that somebody that is trying to make a buying decision for that particular piece of software or product or service can understand all the features and all the, the information that there is to know about that service or that product before they make a buying decision. So it is a marketing tool. It is a tool that it has the buyer in mind and has a goal of potentially converting that person that reads that white paper into a buyer. Again, this is another place where freelance writers can make money. There are a lot of online magazines out there, and so I want you to think about Forbes, Entrepreneur, Inc., Business Insider, and there's some other, these are big ones, but there are definitely other ones in there that want your work and are willing to pay for articles that you submit to them. If you've ever read a magazine article, you will notice that they're quite different from blog posts, and there are online magazines out there that are looking for the work that you do to provide them with an article that their audience is going to enjoy and keep them coming back. And so if you can submit work to these magazines, they'll be more than happy to take your work. There are a few videos I've done on this channel where I talk about like different publications in the travel industry and in some other industries where you can submit your work to. You want to check out those videos in the cards above. Case studies are another way that you can get paid as a freelance writer. A case study is usually it's also a marketing document. It's a document that is written about the experiences of people that have used a particular service or product. So they're in the same league as white papers. White papers, you're trying to convince the people to buy. Case studies, you're showcasing testimonials, but it's on a more expanded scale. It's not just like a little short paragraph. It's more like 10-20 pages of a case study of how somebody used a service, used a product, and then the results they got. And these again serve as marketing tools that the company can put out there so that other people that are making buying decisions can read them, and then if they identify or see themselves in that case study or case studies, then that could lead them to purchase that particular product or service with that company. I remember one of my biggest paydays as a writer came from this next one I'm about to tell you about, and that is product descriptions. Yes, product descriptions. So you can write product descriptions for e-commerce stores, for physical stores. You can really do that. And I remember writing product descriptions for a shop that sold the spare parts to, like, you know, those spas that people have in their homes. Yes, so this company sold spare parts for spas. Okay, and I wrote about, I want to say 200 or 300 product descriptions. As I'm saying it, my hand is hurting because that's how I felt during that time. It was a lot of product descriptions, but I got paid very well for them. And it's another way for you to make money as a writer. Technical documents are also another way for you to make money as a freelance writer. And technical documents usually will require that you have some expertise. So this is not something that you may get into as a newbie freelance writer. Most of these on the list, I think you can get into as a newbie freelance writer, as long as you create your samples and you have that to show potential clients that, yeah, you know, I could do this. Or if you've studied how case studies are usually written, or studied how white papers are usually written, you can usually create a sample and show that to clients. But technical documents are such that, you know, when you're writing those, and you want to think of a technical document as like manuals for company products and so on. If you don't have experience using that product, it can be hard. And if you don't have experience in that field, it can be hard. So for instance, if it's a technical document for a type of equipment that is used in biological research, but you don't have any experience in biological research, it may be hard to convince the client that you can write that piece of work, right? But for sure, if you have experience in that field, then it's possible for you to get that gig. That's why I said that most of the time with technical documents, you would need to have experience in that field. But for most of everything I said on this list, you definitely can get into it as a newbie writer. So do not limit yourself. Do not think blog writing is the only way for you to make money as a freelance writer, because these are just even 10. Okay, there are several ways out there for you to make money. Just go out there and grab what is yours. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button.